T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Many people today have not appreciated how much the moon missions have changed us. The moon missions helped scientists make discoveries that helped change humanity as a whole. They made discoveries that we have learned from that have made large impacts on people's daily lives. Because of our curiosity, space exploration has helped people to discover more about the moon, about space travel, and how important it is for Earth. 3 big discoveries from the moon missions are moon rocks, traveling through space, and the environment. From the moon missions, scientists discovered a few distinct things. First, they found moon rocks. Second, improvements in space travel were brought about. And third, the moon missions helped advance the understanding of the environment on Earth. These are all very important in helping us understand the importance of the moon missions. The rock samples were very important for advancements for all humans because they have helped us understand how the Earth and the moon were formed. The scientists were able to learn how much the moon affects the Earth by discovering its evolution, qualities, and effects on Earth, for example, ocean tides. The Earth was created by space rock debris coming together by gravity. The moon was created in the same way as Earth, but it got captured by Earth's gravity and has revolved around it since. Once the astronauts returned from their missions, scientists were eager to learn about the rocks, which at first glance looked quite mundane. Once they learned about the rocks, they got to see past their boring shell. The scientists understood the potential the moon rocks had by studying it for life, fossils, diseases, and how they physically affected humans on Earth. After their tests, they found no signs of life on them or anything that had to do with an organism. Secondly, space exploration has helped us bring about advancements in space travel. Improvements were made with each mission. Test flights for Apollo 2 through 6 happened because of a tragic fire that occurred before the ship even launched on Apollo 1, which killed 3 astronauts. These test flights improved space travel by making it safer and improving the equipment. Because of specific advancements, scientists were able to get humans in space on Apollo 7 and Apollo 8. The first mission to land on the moon was Apollo 11. On this mission, Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon on July 20th, 1969, and famously declared, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind."
I'm going to step off the limb. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Apollo 17 in 1972 was the last mission to go to the moon. Thirdly, the last discovery is that the moon missions caused a whole new understanding and awareness of Earth and its environment. Harrison Schmitt, an astronaut on Apollo 17, took a picture from space looking at Africa and the Middle East. This picture was released and claimed a lot of attention and caused people to become interested in how to protect the Earth. People learned many new things from the unique rock samples. The scientists soon learned that the moon rocks had long-lasting potential to show humans new things. Because of the legendary Apollo moon missions, they were able to bring many new things, such as moon rocks, back to Earth and learn from them. They got to see how they were much more than regular rocks and how they show a lot of history and increase our knowledge about how the Earth and moon was formed. The rocks have revealed that they were created from very hot fire and lava. It was over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit when the rocks were formed. When they were brought back to Earth, they showed a distinct roundness. That tells us that there were meteor showers happening on the moon. The rocks tell us that there is a small layer of glass over its surface, which is part of the reason why it reflects sunlight. From the moon missions, a lot of the world's advancements in technology occurred while improving the safety of the moon missions. These technological advancements would not only help develop space travel, but also improve long-term knowledge of what people are capable of with space exploration. Because of the Apollo 1 mission, which ended unsuccessfully due to a fire, NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, tried new ideas such as expansion and development of unmanned missions. Unmanned missions are important for the space program because they still continue the main goal of space exploration while also decreasing the hazards for astronauts while in space. Even though the space shuttles are not healthy for the environment because of factors needed in manufacturing them and hazardous chemicals needing to construct them, it was a picture taken by Harrison Schmitt on Apollo 17 in 1972 that helped pique our curiosity about Earth and her environment. This picture caused global awareness about Earth by showing humanity's place, history, and home in a single image. An astronaut on Apollo 8 in 1968 named Bill Anders took a picture of Earth, officially called Earthrise. This picture was also very significant because of a man named John McConnell. John McConnell was a peace activist who worked in New York. He was motivated when he first saw the Earthrise picture in a Life magazine. After the Earthrise photo was released to the public, he printed copies of the picture and put them on flags. These actions soon caused a big movement called Earth Day, first celebrated in 1970 and is now worldwide. His actions have promoted ideas to reduce, reuse, and recycle waste. McConnell's simple action of selling pictures of our Earth has established the national holiday known as Earth Day, celebrated on April 22nd every year since 1970 to help protect nature and the environment. Even though the Apollo missions were over 40 years ago, today we are still learning from the moon rocks. Lunar geochemist Randy Korotev, who works at Washington University in St. Louis, says there are still many things that the rocks can tell us. For example, when life on Earth started and Earth's history. Old equipment used on the early Apollo landings, which are still on the moon today, continue to detect new things. They can detect when a meteor hits it. Also, they can detect when heat is flowing within the structure of the moon. Scientists are learning new patterns of solar radiation from it. Because of this research, scientists have been able to make up over 25% of the composition of the moon. The rocks have told us that the moon was made from volcanic forces. All of the discovered rock samples have been identified as igneous rock, which means that it was made from a volcano and lava. Most likely, evidence shows that it came when the Earth and Moon were created. A new technique for future space travel is to make custom parts for the space shuttles using ceramic. Ceramic's unique property, such as maneuverability, are very impressive, and they are able to make the space shuttles do many new things, such as deep space travel. One quality of ceramics is that it can withstand over 1700 degrees Celsius. This is over 10 times as much as previous, less heat-resistant materials could withstand in earlier Apollo spacecrafts. Also, because of ceramic's high heat resistance, when being launched into orbit, the ceramic parts can withstand the force and pressure that is being put on them when launching. Additionally, ceramics could help scientists who who design satellites because they need custom, small, specific parts that can be easily molded, which could be challenging to get otherwise. One major research space program is the International Space Station. The International Space Station, also known as the ISS, allows astronauts to study new things that could not be done on Earth. The main thing that they study on the ISS is long-term space travel. Long-term space travel is important for new missions that will require astronauts to spend many months to years of their life in space. A goal for NASA is a manned mission to Mars, which takes 6 months to reach, 6 months to return, and a minimum of 18 months to study. That is 2.5 years, and as of right now, the longest time a human has been in space is for 1 year and 2 months. For over 40 years, pictures of Earth from space have been changing minds of people concerning the health of Earth. Rusty Schweickart, an astronaut on Apollo 9, advocated for Earth's protection. He talked about his spacewalk and what he experienced, which occurred 160 miles above Earth in 1969. Schweickart said hundreds of people in the Middle East killing each other over some imaginary line that you're not even aware of, that you can't see. And from where you see it, the thing is a whole, and it's so beautiful. He tries to say that understanding the environment and the people who live on Earth is a more important idea than war. The moon missions were very important because they helped us understand our past through the moon rocks. They help us with our present by increasing awareness for Earth. And lastly, the missions help us learn more about the future by advancing space travel.
Contact light. Okay, engine stop. We copy you down, Eagle. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.